Salve, welcome to this video lesson on declining Latin nouns. We're going to look at declining a first declension noun. Alright, so this is my website, ll.50webs.com. LL was from Lector Latinus, an old program that I designed many years ago. You can see some of the programs I designed here, but today, since we're talking about declining Latin nouns, we're going to use the first one listed under educational apps, Coniunctor Nominum, which means sort of a joiner of nouns, of names, right? So it joins the endings together with them. So when we decline a Latin noun, we speak of the verb decline, to decline a noun, to decline an adjective, to decline a pronoun. We also can speak of a noun declension, and we're going to be looking at first declension. And what is a declension? Essentially, it's a set of nouns that all have the same set of endings. So all nouns of this type will have similarities in the way they look when in a chart. So here is my Coniunctor Nominum, and as it says here, well, I can take it out. It says, please enter a noun entry such as aqua, comma, aquae, and then the F period means feminine. All right, so I'm going to do that. I'm just going to enter aqua, aquae, feminine. And if you have a Latin word that has macrons or long marks in it, do note that I have buttons for the various long vowels, so you can use those to easily insert the correct long vowels. That way you don't have to search around for how to do that with keystrokes. So here we have the noun entry. Now this noun entry, the first form, aqua, is the nominative singular form. So that's just if you wanted to just say the Latin word just as is, or if you wanted it to be the subject of a sentence, or if you want it to be what's called the predicate nominative, the word that is linked to the subject by a linking verb such as est, which means is. So aqua, it's called the nominative from the Latin word nomen, which means name, because it's sort of the naming case of the noun. So if you just want to say the word itself, you just say aqua. Now, the second form after the comma, aquae, that is the genitive singular. Now, for this particular declension, that form looks exactly the same as the nominative plural, but don't let that confuse you. The second form in the noun entry is not the plural. You might be used to singular and plurals listed in an English dictionary or an English noun entry if you've looked it up online, but that's not the way a Latin noun is listed. So this is the heading of a Latin noun entry. Nominative form, often with a comma, and then the genitive form, and then finally the F period, which means feminine. You could also have a masculine noun or a neuter noun. So we're talking about first declension here. Aqua, aquae is first declension, and almost all of these are feminine. Aqua, aquae, meaning water, is a common one. So I have typed in the entry. Now I'm going to click on decline now, and there you go. There we have just declined a Latin noun. So this is a useful site if you want to do your own declensions and then check that you are spelling them correctly, whether you're typing them out or whether you're writing them out on scratch paper or whatever. You can make charts for yourself of this. I provide charts to my students. You can make your own, just type a little chart out and then print out multiple copies of it so you can practice these declensions. So if we look at this, what has happened? Well, if you'll note, the first word, aqua, has come down into the nominative singular, and there it is. The second word, aquae, right? Aqua, comma, aquae, and then the F period. The second word, aquae, has also come down into the genitive singular in the chart below. And then under that, we have continued on with the other cases. Now, the dative singular is aquae, which looks exactly like the genitive singular. Sometimes that happens in Latin. It's not an agglutinative language, right? A agglutinative language like Hungarian or Finnish, you always have different endings. In Latin, some of the endings look the same as each other, even though they're doing something different. This is called a fusional language, technical term, but you don't need to worry about that. Okay, so far we've got aqua, which we copied down from above, aquae, the genitive, and then the dative happens to be the same because the dative ending is, again, I, which is spelled A-E. And then the accusative singular is aquam with an am ending. The ablative singular is aqua with a long a ending. And then the vocative follows the vocative rule, which says vocative is almost always the same as nominative, so the nominative singular copies back down there to aqua again for the vocative. Now if you move over to the plural side, the plural column starts with aquae again. So again here, there are several of these that end with the I ending, the AE. We saw the genitive and dative singulars, now the nominative plural. All right, then going down to the genitive plural, the second form on the plural side, aquarum, long A, R-U-M, and then aquis, dative plural, with a long I-S, aquas, accusative plural, aquis again for the ablative plural. There's something I like to talk about as the dative and ablative plural rule. The is ending there, it repeats, because dative and ablative plural are always the same for Latin nouns. And then finally, aquae in the vocative plural, because the vocative, as I said just before, the vocative rule tells us that's almost always the same as the nominative, so it's just repeating the aquae from up above. Now, note, I am just going to do a different noun. What shall I do? Well, I can do poeta, just to be a little bit of a show off here. Poeta, notice it has a long E in it, so I'm using my, my button to do that. And this one is almost always masculine because most of the Roman poets were guys. There's one famous female poet, her name is Sulpicia, Roman poetess. But most of them were masculine, so this word is normally masculine, so I put the M period. The exceptions to the rule about these first declension words being feminine usually have to do with people. So agricola, meaning farmer, is another example of this. Most Roman farmers would have been guys, so that's usually going to be masculine. All right, here we go. I've got my noun entry, poeta, comma, poetae, genitive singular, and then the M period telling me the gender. Now I'm going to press decline now. Now there we go. Now I've got a declension chart of this. And if you'll notice, it's following exactly the same pattern. Poeta, nominative, copied down from above. Poetae, genitive, copied down from above. The dative likewise ends with the AE, in other words, poetae. And then poetam, with the ending again for accusative, singular. Poeta, with the long A for the ablative singular. And then poeta, following the same form as the nominative because of the vocative rule, making that repeat. And in the plural, poetae, notice the AE again, which looks like the genitive and dative singular. And in the plural second form, the genitive form, poetarum, with the A, long A, R-U-M. And then poetis, poetas, poetis, again with the poetis repeating in the dative and the ablative. And the poetas there in the middle, the accusative plural. So those endings are is, os, is, right, in that sequence. And the last one, the vocative plural, poetae, which again, following vocative rule, repeats the nominative. So this is a first declension noun. You can decline any first declension Latin noun in this way. You can do it on your own, practicing the I, I, rm, is, os, is, I, right? So usually when I'm chanting them, I actually leave out the vocatives because the vocatives repeat the nominative. So I'll go on the singular side, I would go I, ah. I'm holding the last one longer because ablative is a long A. And then in the plural, I would chant I, rm, is, os, is. So again, singular, ah. And then plural, I, rm, is, os, is. And then you'll know that the vocatives at the end of each of those columns repeat the nominative. So chanting that, singing songs that I teach, that will help you remember this. But anytime you want to check your declensions, you can bring them here. Let's just throw in one last Latin noun. What could we do? We could do villa. Villa is the Latin word for a fancy country house, a villa. Villa, villae, feminine. And I'm going to click decline, and there we go. So again, this is how you can check it, and hopefully that makes sense of what we're doing. We're making a chart of a Latin noun when we do a declension, when we decline a noun, and these are first declension nouns, which are almost always feminine unless they refer to guys like poeta or agricola. Volete omnes.